Hello and thank you for joining me today on The Political Conversationalist. My name's Ben Phipps and we're still talking about divisive issues. Today we're talking about censorship. You probably saw that in the thumbnail. However, censorship, as a brief definition, is the act of censoring. And normally that's when any governing body will examine media, be it television broadcast, movie, newspaper, magazine, something like that, and either remove the entire piece of media or edit it for content that is objectionable. Historically, it's been profane remarks, it's been nudity, it's been things like that, and increasingly more so, it's being things that are offensive. Some good examples include Bible burning, Nazi Germany, and the Spanish Inquisition. The English church and some European churches thought it would be dangerous for the public to have their own Bible, and so they would round them up and burn up all the Bibles. That's censoring of a book. In Nazi Germany, you could not legally speak out against the government. That's censoring of speech. And in the Spanish Inquisition, it was illegal, well, not technically illegal, but it was very heavily prosecuted if you did not swear allegiance to the Catholic Church. So that would be religious censorship. Some people say that extremely offensive or hateful speech should also be illegal. There are some other types of speech that are currently illegal. I wanted to point that out. Freedom of speech is not a 100% freedom from the consequences of what your speech does. So the first one of those is defamation. Defamation is when you speak to the harm of someone's character. Basically spreading lies, spreading rumors. If I spread a rumor about my congressman that he's secretly a drug dealer, and that gets a lot of publicity, I'm trying to defame his character. And that's illegal. Threatening, when someone threatens your life or threatens you with violence, is illegal. Extortion, when someone tries to blackmail you. Harassment is also illegal in some states. So freedom of speech is not 100% free, although you're technically still free to do those things. They are illegal and you will be prosecuted for them. But there are some people who say that extremely offensive or hateful speech should be illegal. Firstly, as a definition, hate speech is any speech that is designed or in its intent to harm or to talk little of, belittle, or demean a specific group of people. Normally in America, that group of people is either women, Jews, blacks, or Hispanics, or some other minority. But the people who say it should be illegal say it is threatening to those groups when people speak out against them. They also say that it is designed to incite more hate against that group. Those could both be true. If it is a threatening remark, though, it will fall under threatening in general, threatening of life, and that's illegal. If it is designed to incite more hate, well, don't take the bait. Anyway, they also say it encourages minorities to be kind of reclusive and to withdraw from the public sphere, and I do understand that. The more hate you are met with, the less public you want to be. It could be the same thing for if you're overweight or if you're disabled or whatever. If people constantly discriminate against you for those things, and you constantly find yourself being berated over things you cannot control, then of course you will become more reclusive, and that is definitely true. And we do want a very inclusive, broad public sphere where all voices are heard. They also say that social media and the internet has made it worse, and I definitely agree with them there. Social media and the internet allow anonymity so that people can say whatever they want to through the comfort of a broadband connection and their keyboard, and there's really no consequences for it because nobody knows who it is. So I do understand that. Alex Jones recently was banned from Facebook and YouTube. I believe he is still active on Twitter as of right now for violating community standards. Although I really haven't looked much into him in particular. I've never watched his stuff. I know he is a conspiracy theorist, but apparently one of the extremely offensive things he said was that the Sandy Hook school shooting in Connecticut was a big hoax by the government. And that, of course, is offensive to the people who were involved in that, unfortunately. However, there are those who say all speech or as much speech as possible should be legal. And they say it's a pillar of democracy. I mean, after all, it's got to be a foundation of America, because freedom of speech and freedom of religion and freedom of the press is the First Amendment. They say government should not have power over speech, and that although the internet does seem to have made hate worse, it's not really representative of the world. People are very comfortable saying things online that they would not say in person, and a great many people are trolls, which they say things to incite a response from people, even though they may not truly believe those things. They just want to get someone's goat, so to speak. We can prove that not as many people are racist as they claim to be online, because the white supremacist Unite the Right to rally drew about 20 to 30 people from all around the U.S. So that's how many people care about it enough to actually do something. They also say that speech is not an action, but rather the expression of a thought. And if you allow the government to govern speech, then they also can therefore govern your thoughts. I thought that was a very interesting philosophical way to look at it. Now, I don't think... Now, time for my opinion. If that doesn't interest you, you can go ahead and skip to the next video or whatever, go about your daily life. But I don't see this as a good thing in any way, shape, or form. The more power you give the government, the more power the government takes. I'm definitely a person for a smaller, less intrusive government. That's definitely what I believe in. And the reason is I like to look worldwide, and I like to look through history and see the consequences of actions that people are trying to take today. And we can see the consequences of things like making hate speech illegal in a place like Germany. In Germany, speaking against any religion is illegal. Some symbols are illegal. Denying the Holocaust is illegal. And many journalists from around the world are saying Germany is attacking free speech there. Also in England, which is a lot not quite as restrictive as Germany is as of yet, a man in England was investigated by police for using an offensive hashtag. He used the hashtag disgrace when Islamic footballers, or soccer players as we would call them here in the States, prayed in the middle of a match. He said that was a disgrace. Now, although that might be offensive and it might be morally questionable to say something wrong, to say that you dislike Islamic people or something like that, it's still free speech. You have the freedom to be wrong. I think that freedom to be wrong is probably the most important freedom we have in America. I can be racist. I'm not, but I can be. I can also like politics, and I do. I can like sports. I can like anything I want to like. I can interest myself in anything. I can think anything. And to a great degree, as long as I don't threaten, harass, blackmail, or defame, I can speak anything I want to. That freedom is one of the core values of America. Without that freedom, America would not be anything close to what it is today. The freedom of religion in particular is what drove the Pilgrims to America in the first place. And with them, after them, came a great mass of Europeans. Freedom does not stand well when it is chipped away at. It often crumbles. And I don't want to see America go the way of Germany. Because although I know it's wrong for white supremacist groups to be like they are, and although I know it's wrong for some people in the fringe of Black Lives Matter to incite violence against white people, it's their right to be wrong. Anyway, I hope you learned a little something today. Oh, sorry, I think I had one more example. Yeah, there we go. Let me mention this one more second before I go. It is definitely illegal to threaten someone, and it is counted as a federal crime when the U.S. president is threatened. Yet, in front of a large crowd of people, actor Johnny Depp said it had been a long time since an actor had shot the president, and maybe it was time. No legal action against him. He did apologize for his remarks. But maybe free speech should be free for everyone, not just free for the people we like, not just free for the actors, not just free for the rich or the athletes, but free for everyone. And the freedom to be wrong is one of our most important rights. Thank you for watching.